Welcome to Cycle 3, Week 17 hand motions. So we're going to start with timeline. So we have Napoleon, we're going to do an N hand. Crowned Emperor, switch to an E hand and do your sash of France. That's an F and you turn it towards yourself. And then we have Liberation of South America. So we're in bondage, we're being liberated. And then for South America, we make an S hand and we just pull it down for South. And then for the War of 1812, we do war. And then there's a lot of bombs going off, so we do the sign for bombs, which is two fists stacked on top of each other, pointing toward each other, and the bombs are going off. The War of 1812. And for Missouri Compromise, we point to our head, and they were compromising. They were meeting an agreement. Immigrants flock to America, so we have a hand here, and the other hand's going through it. Immigrants flock to America. We just lock our fingers like this and move them in a circle for America. For the Monroe Doctrine, it has to do with the expansion of America. So we're gonna have two fists together, side by side, and they're expanding. Romantic period of the arts, where it has to do with emotions. So we're gonna sign a sad face, and then it's gonna come up and be happy.
Napoleon, crowned Emperor of France. Liberation of South America. The War of 1812, the Missouri Compromise. Immigrants flock to America. The Monroe Doctrine, romantic period of the arts.
Now for math, we're doing the area of a square. So we are going to outline a square with our hands, and it equals length of its sides squared. So we're gonna put an L hand with the number 2 right next to it, like it's square. I'm gonna do all of them together. So we're starting with a rectangle.
Area of a square equals length of its side squared. S squared.
For tell me history, tell me about the 19th Amendment. Elizabeth Cady Stanton, we're gonna do an S, and Susan B. Anthony, 2 S's, led the women's suffrage movement. For led, we're gonna march. In the United States, resulting in the 19th Amendment. So we're gonna sign 19. So 19, this is the number 9, and we're gonna rub it together, 19. Amendment in 1920 that granted women the right to vote. So for voting, we're gonna sign women, which is like girl, sort of like here, and then put the thumb to your heart, woman. They granted women the right to vote. We're gonna check off in the air like we're voting.
Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony led the women's suffrage movement in the United States, resulting in the 19th Amendment in 1920. They granted women the right to vote.
For Latin, we're going on to John 1 verse 4, which is in ipso vita erat. In him was life. So in him life was. In ipso vita erat. And then the second part of that is et, and vita, life, erat was, lux, light, or light, lux. I think we did this, lux, light, lux, hominum, the light of man. I think we did hominum, man. I think we did this, or we did this. Because it's meaning man, like humans, not necessarily man as only males. So I think we did man like this. Okay, so we're gonna just do this because that's what it's meaning. It means humans. So In ipso vita erat, et vita erat lux hominum.
In ipso vita erat, et vita erat lux hominum.
Practice just saying it, and then once you do it with the music, it comes much faster. Okay, what are the second? Okay, so we're going on with our periodic elements for science, and we're doing the same thing. Whatever the letter is what we're signing. So we have boron, B, carbon, C, nitrogen, N, oxygen, O. The song is gonna, it's like cumulative, so it's gonna pick up from week 16 and continue through.
One hydrogen H, 1, 2 helium He4, 3 lithium Li7, 4 beryllium Be9,
Boron.
5 boron B11, 6 carbon C12, 7 nitrogen N14, 8 oxygen O16.
Do English, sentence parts, subject. So this one is also going to be a cumulative song. So the subject is that part of a sentence about which something is being said. So we're doing an S hand for subject, and we're going to sign said, like we're saying, and we're going to point to the S hand, like we're saying something about the subject. And then next week, we're going to do the whole song. Next week is the predicate, and it's the predicate is saying something about the subject. So we're gonna, when they talk about predicate, we're gonna change to a P hand and do the same thing as we were doing just with our finger for the S hand. The predicate is saying something about the subject.
Predicate,
Subject and predicate.
subject and predicate. A subject is that part of a sentence about which something is being said. The subject is that part of a sentence about which something is being said. The predicate is that part of a sentence that says something about the subject. The predicate is that part of a sentence that says something about.
We are going to rivers in the east. So this, we're gonna kind of, we will start with our maps, but we're gonna draw some of the rivers. We are going to, and using the letters that they start with. So we have, pretend like there's an invisible map here, and we're gonna take our S hand and do St. Lawrence River, which is up near New York. And then we are going to do our Ohio River with an O hand, and the Mississippi River with, okay, so the Mississippi River is gonna, the Mississippi River kind of like goes up, and then you have the Ohio River, and you have, so we have the Ohio River, and then we have the Mississippi River, and the Missouri River, and the Arkansas River. The kids will have already seen the rivers on the map, because that's the way we're gonna introduce this, and then we will have them trace their invisible map in their head.
St. Lawrence River, Ohio River, Mississippi River, Missouri River, Arkansas River.
That is it for week 17.